This episode of Noonish is brought to you by JW Group. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. High Energy Models and Events. Tech for Troops, T4T, baby. Verve Performance Labs. Bet US where the game begins. Scan the QR code below to bet on your favorite sports games 24/7, 365. The original shot sock, not without my shot socks. And Specs, Wine, Spirits, and the finer foods.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this 7th episode. I think I need to switch the cameras. 7th episode. 5th season of your favorite and my favorite show in the world, Noonish, man.
It is a good show.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid show, man.
It is a solid show.
And I'm your host, Jonathan Anderson, a.k.a. J.A., talking with my hands today on this Wednesday, on this hump day, right? Man, just happy to be here today, man, having a good time, man. What's up, Jay? As y'all know, this is the awesome, greatest co-host in the world. You hear that, Mark? Greatest co-host in the world. El Grande Toro joining me today, man. El Grande Toro, Jonas Bull. What's going down, bro?
What's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
You had a good week so far?
I'm doing all right. It has been a good week.
Yeah, man.
Can't complain.
Can't complain, man.
complain.
And no reason to complain.
Next week will be the time to ask that question.
All right, right on.
So we're going to South Carolina for the final table of the World Food Championship.
Ooh. WFC.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Not to be confused with the other WFC.
Yeah. Or UFC? You talking
Yeah,
about?
that one.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Sure.
definitely can't
We're
confuse
going
with
to
that.
Vegas for a couple of days and come back and do a show.
Double UFC makes it better than UFC because you
That's
got
right,
two
'cause
of
it's
them.
double U.
Double U's, man.
Right.
And it's food, and who doesn't like to eat
That's right.
here in America, you know?
That's right.
Hey, I heard the cops, they now have to get their waistline below 40 inches
Really?
or they're going to be fined
Huh.
or fired or something like that.
40-inch waist, that's not small.
No.
Like, that's,
That shouldn't even be an issue with cops.
well, I mean, you know, those donuts are not going to eat themselves.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be
That's what I'm
protecting the streets, man. You can't, it's a lot of athletes out here in these streets.
Runaway donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Donuts, coffee, good things like that. But yeah, man, no, it's going to be a great show, man. Excited today to talk about a whole lot going on in Spizzorts and other things, you know. Sports and tech, that's what we do
good
here.
stuff.
You know. Man, I want to change this camera around right here. I need to I guess I need to slide this way. Let's slide this way just a little bit. All right, let's do that. That's cool. Much better. There we go. Hey, we were off our spots, y'all. We were off our spots, man.
We got to put some duct tape down there and put little X's.
So, I know. So you say South Carolina for the World Food Competition, but you also mentioned Vegas. Like you just kind of just stumbled right over to Vegas. Like
Around the world.
what's going down in Vegas, bro? It's party time. You pull a pool party.
Just some work.
Some work.
Stuff, yeah.
Right on. No
If
fun.
anything cool happens, I will let you know next week.
Gotcha, man. Are you taking some sandals at least?
Sandals?
Are you gonna buy some flip flops?
No.
Why you have
Why
to?
would I do that?
Pool
Don't
parties.
nobody want to see my toes.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, so you don't rock sandals, bro?
I got them runner's toes.
Got feet like Shaq. Like, hope you don't got LeBron's feet. LeBron's feet look, boy, them bad boys jacked up. But anyways,
Spent a lot of time looking at LeBron's feet.
yeah, man. No, I mean, I haven't spent too much time looking at his feet, but I did see him once, and that's all it took for me to realize that I'm very thankful for my own dang feet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Man, who is texting me right now? Please. Let me see.
Probably somebody that wants to sell you some car insurance.
So I hear that your microphone is making a static noise right now.
Huh.
So I don't really know.
You got the staticky
Matter of fact, let me no, your microphone.
My
is
microphone?
staticky. Yeah. So you want to switch it up? Because I know that other microphone has been solid.
Huh.
And we can do this just because, it's our show.
we can do
We're
that.
live.
It's just live.
We're live. It's our show. It's our
Let's try it.
podcast. And we're unconventional over here.
Yep.
And people like you. What's it got? Stuart Smiley?
Smiley.
That's his name?
Gosh darn it, people.
And gosh darn it, people like you.
So anyway,
Hold on. I can't hear you on the mic. You're not on the mic yet, so we got to hold that thought, Jonas. But in the meantime, Jonas is going to Vegas. He's going to party the whole time he's there. And no business is going to get taken care of
that's right.
whatsoever. And also going to a world food competition. So exciting upcoming week, man. There's a lot to talk about, man. This past weekend, the OU spring football game took place. Now, there was a lot of hype around this spring football game, right? And we're going to talk about that
was
too.
a lot of hype about that.
You know, we wondered. Mark was wondering how things were going to turn out, but we'll jump into that here shortly. But what were you going to say before we had to switch mics? Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
It's on?
Was I saying something? I don't know.
Oh, all right. Anyways,
Most of what I say is BS anyway. So.
yeah, you know, nice shirt, bro.
Yes. Yeah. I thought I'd get one that kind of matched yours.
Well, I have on the vintage.
That's the vintage. That's
I have
right.
on the vintage Noonish
It kind
shirt.
of looks like Star Wars.
Yeah, it's vintage.
Like 3 young Jedis on there.
Yeah, bro. And you got
Well, 2 young Jedis and 1 old.
no, that dude in the middle is the youngest Jedi. And you can find
Yeah,
your
I'm
Noonish
a little ahead of
t-shirts online at our website,
Noonish.
oneengine.com here soon, shortly. So, anyways, it's OU football, bro. Right? So, going into the game, Mark was like, you know, the record was, 52,000 or something like that.
Right.
And they were looking to break the record this past weekend. And they obliterated the record, bro.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah. Well, I don't think this number's right. I think it was 55,360 people that showed up there.
Okay, so the 75 was tickets sold?
I don't know what the 75 was. I think it's just
Somebody made that
a
up.
number. Yeah, a made up number.
Still.
But
55 is pretty good.
yeah, 55,000.
Well, you talk, I'll look it up.
Everybody with the same jersey number, or same jersey team, bro. Like that's a lot of fans, bro, in one stadium rooting for the same squad. Like that's home field advantage, right? Like crazy. But it was a lot of hype, man, because they got a new coach in the building. They've got Brent Venables in the building, right?
Nope.
God dang it!
Apparently
Can I
that
get
is,
set up real quick? Jeez, Louise, what the hell's going on?
No, apparently 2022 spring game, 75,000.
75,000. So it was 75,000.
75,360.
Holy cow, man! That is a ton of people.
It's a lot of people.
Rooting one team.
It's a lot of people rooting one team, one college team.
Yeah, I wonder what happens if one Longhorn fan showed up. What would happen to that guy? Like people just look at him like he's crazy, or would they like, oh, he's a badass? Like,
Well,
he doesn't care.
or
He's
or
coming in
they'd
the
be
fire.
like, or they'd be like, oh, look at that cute little guy.
he needs a hug. Dude wants some attention.
Look at his cute little horns.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
But no, that's incredible, man. 75,000 people is insane to root on the
Yeah.
Oklahoma Sooners, man. That just tells you how much hype, how much people are really tuning in to what's going on in that program, bro. Like Brent Venables, a guy that was once in the program, coming back to restore the program, and you're talking about restoring a program that it's not like they had a losing season, right? I think they
Right.
still had like a close to 10-win season last year and have been fairly very competitive here recently,
Right.
but there's a certain expectation, like national championship expectation, a certain product on the field that they haven't been getting. And
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Brent Venables like brings that attitude back to Oklahoma.
I was just gonna go with BV, so
Yeah.
so I don't embarrass myself with pronunciations.
Yeah. BV brings that
But,
attitude
yeah.
back to Oklahoma, and
Definitely, there's an attitude that's expected there. I talked to some people this weekend, and much respect to the outgoing program, but yeah, there's a lot of anticipation of a firmer, hard charging, but also strong team spirit
yeah,
that they're expecting from BV's program.
Yeah.
And,
Family.
Family. I was gonna say family oriented, but I don't know that that's quite.
Yeah, but
the right
that's what
term,
it is, though. You know.
But it's bringing a family atmosphere. Mutually supportive team. That's a real team, a team. That's just like there to win and there to support each other and bring out the best in each other. And for everything, admittedly not the expert on this, but for everything that I've seen and heard, not just from our man on the scene, Mark, but from a lot of other people, that's the expectation and the belief that BV and the crew he is putting together will bring that.
Yeah, and you've got a good program when the alumni come back, right?
Oh
when
yeah,
they come back
for
home.
sure.
The number of alumni that came back for that game was incredible, bro.
That's
incredible.
Significant fraction of that 75,000.
I don't know how many were there. On
that's
the
a spring
field,
game, by the way.
Yeah, this is a spring game. This is
not
the
even
opening game of the season.
It's not opening game. It's not playoffs game.
75,000 people, all OU were in this stadium, bro. Right, and this is remember when I said, man, I'm starting to like Oklahoma. Right, I've been, it's kind of like growing up in Dallas. You're a Dallas Cowboy fan. I grew up in Texas, in Cedar Hill. Who were the Cedar Hill Longhorns? It's like it was. I had to be a Longhorn fan, but
sure, yeah, I understand.
Now that I'm older, I understand business. I understand other elements in life. I see the value of Oklahoma football, bro, and I'm a loyal man myself, and to see the loyalty of these fans and this fan base, the alumni coming back, right, and just that interest in the team, man. You can't help but
argue with a good program.
Yeah, you can't knock that, man. You can't knock it whatsoever, man. And then they were also celebrating Baker Mayfield coming back.
I will say, my high school team was, or early high school team was the Lions, and nobody was really a fan of the Detroit Lions.
No. My high school team I graduated with was the Lions, and I definitely didn't like the Detroit Lions.
Now, the high school I ended up at was the Cougars, and I'm still a fan of Cougars.
Oh man, if middle-aged dudes or young 20s dudes love Cougars. So
middle-aged and young 20s like me
love Cougars. Very, very, very big fan of Cougars, from what I understand.
Not questioning my young 20s.
Yeah, man. Cougars, Sugar Mama, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but you mentioned something about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so he came. He was back in Oklahoma. And, man, I keep getting text messages, and it's blowing my ear up. But he came in, to celebrate his statue and his Heisman Trophy. And to get a statue, man, you're legitimate, first of all, right? Yeah. Do you have a statue, Jonas, anywhere?
No. Well, I mean, one time I had one that I made out of mashed potatoes.
You made?
but my mom made me clear my plate. So.
Or a sandbox, either or, right?
Yeah.
But no, man.
But no, I do not have there's definitely not a statue of me at any college.
Yeah. So that means you're a pretty big deal when you have a statue. And Mark raves about this dude, man. Mark is a big fan of Baker Mayfield, and I understand why. Because he's been through the test. He had to come and prove himself. He wasn't one of those silver spoon D1 athletes everybody raising him on a pedestal from the time he jumped into the scene. He had to earn his keep, and he did it and won a Heisman Trophy behind it, bro. And that is significant, and it is not seen nearly as much as used to back in the day. Rudy, Rudy, comparing Baker Mayfield and Rudy is an insult. So Baker, I'm sorry for even bringing that guy up because you're a stud. Rudy was a dud, bro, and I love Notre Dame, but sorry about that. But just watching Baker Mayfield in his element, bro, is special, man. And receiving the love that he deserves because the guy, he's a journeyman, bro, at a young age.
True.
Right?
True.
And having to go through his, trials and tribulations in college, earning his Heisman Trophy, earning his first pick in the NFL draft from the Cleveland Browns, going to ridiculously horrible organization in the Cleveland Browns. Like, Cleveland Browns, like that's like the toilet bowl of the NFL, like straight up, and have been for a while, you know, along with the Saints.
The Saints.
Anybody wearing paper bags on their heads, man, like they're pretty bad. But no, it's
the Saints have always had a tradition of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah. But to be able to take the Cleveland Browns to a point to where you're like almost like they were one score away from beating the Kansas City Chiefs last year in the NFL playoffs. Right? Not this year. Baker was hurt, and like I don't even like the way they treated him this year. The dude was playing with, you know, a separated shoulder on his left. It wasn't his throwing arm, but his left arm, right? Playing through injury, and then to bring in, you know, another quarterback because for whatever reason you don't believe in Baker anymore. It just never made sense to me. But I'm a fan of Baker Mayfield, man. He's just a tough ass ball player from you know, Texas dude, man, and I appreciate that guy. And I hope to see him get picked up by a team that appreciates his ability and gives him the chance and the opportunity to go out and be who he is, because the Baker Mayfield effect is real, bro.
Right.
You know, he makes teams better.
You showed me a clip of him talking about something, talking about people that he that brought him to.
Yeah, I did, man. When you guys get a chance, and we'll post it on Twitter later. Like, we don't want to mess with any copyright, you know, rules and laws with YouTube or whatnot. But
having been hit with that once or twice before.
Yeah, but you know, Baker was, you know, he was asked a question by, you know, a guy in the press, by a reporter, and you know, he paid homage to some guys at OU, and you know, Mark Clayton.
The question was like, what are some of the reasons why you had gone to OU?
Yeah, and Mark Clayton was one of the guys that he brought up. He said it was good to be able to meet, you know, I think it was Jason White, I believe, or Josh Heupel. It was one of those dudes. But he also brought up, you know, Mark and Sam Bradford in the conversation, just speaking to, you know, watching those guys growing up and how he became a fan of OU and why he started to appreciate and love the Oklahoma Sooners. And, man, that's just you know, I wish Mark was here right now because I'd be like, hey, bro, if anybody asks you, you know, you're the reason why Baker Mayfield went to Oklahoma University.
You're the source,
so, yeah, man. But no, it's real cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
And,
well, I think that speaks to somewhat to the quality of the program. That they're not just now, but over time.
Yeah,
they've had a lot of good people come through there, and had a lot of good teams.
For sure, man. For sure. So, yeah, man. So right now, what I'm trying to do, if you guys don't have Fireside,
a little app called Fireside.
Got an app called Fireside, man. I'm just trying to find the video on this bad boy right now, so that we can get the video version of our show on here. But it's a cool little app.
It does give you an opportunity to, if you're on there, to send some comments and interactions across. Yeah,
and speak directly to us during the show.
Yeah,
type deal. Cool stuff. But I got it sitting sideways right now, watching the show live, and Jonas is on here as well. So if you guys have a chance, go ahead.
We'll try
and
to keep an eye
download.
out there for any comments.
Yeah, go download the Fireside app. But we will keep this thing moving on, man. Next week we'll jump back into it and see what takeaways Mark may have had from the spring football game.
If Fireside doesn't work out, we're gonna just switch to live call in.
Yeah,
just ring us up.
We're gonna put Jonas's cell number on the show, so you can just call him up.
Put my Google Voice
and
number.
You can just hit him up, be like, "Hey Jay, bruh,
we'll put you on speakerphone.
This is what I was thinking about." Right? So
we may do that. That's something to think about.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on right here with this next little situation.
Not going to do any reprogramming on the fly this time.
No, none of that's needed, but there's something weird happening right now. All right, just figure that out. Okay. So we're going to move on to the NBA playoffs, y'all, if y'all don't mind. I don't mind. I actually look forward to the NBA playoffs because they have been fantastic so far. Those Dallas Mavericks, man.
The Mavs.
Start with those Mavericks, man. So, Luka Doncic has been doing what he does. The surprise of this playoff so far for the Dallas Mavericks. And it's it's one of those good things that's going to end up being a bad thing for us, right? Because Jalen Brunson is in a contract year, and the kid has been balling against the Utah Jazz so far. Right,
so he may be up for grabs.
Dude hit 41 in the game, hit 31 in the game. Like, Utah cannot stop him. This dude is getting to the cup, doing what he wants to do. He's getting to the paint, doing pivots and doing Dirk shots off 1 foot. Like, the guy is unstoppable at this point, right? And we're thinking, you know, why? I guess this has been in this kid, and he's just evolved over time, man. And the guy's gotten better and better and better, to where he is just an elite player. He's an elite point guard in the league right now, bro.
Yeah. Well, there was some guy that was on the team that was kind of, you know, I don't even remember his name now.
Hogging all the fun, all the press. This dude named Luka.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you talking about that Porzingis guy?
Yeah, I can't even pronounce his name.
That dude there is. Yeah, he was a waste of time. Waste of emotion. But no, man, Jalen Brunson's been going.
Yeah, he's been going hard.
Bro. So right now the Mavs are up 3-2. Right, I believe they play tonight or tomorrow night against Utah Jazz. Hopefully, can close out this game. But they absolutely dominated Game 5, bro. And you know, it's just, I couldn't believe. You know, it's been weird. It's been a weird series because Luka was hurt starting the series, so it's like, golly, like, we're about to get blown out, swept. Right. End up in the 3 games that Luka was down, the Mavs go up 2-1. Okay. In those games, Jalen Brunson took over. The games that we won, Jalen Brunson took over. When Luka came back, we lost. And it's got me thinking, hey, Jason Kidd, we might need to just sit Luka on the bench, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if he's still struggling from an injury, then, I mean, maybe
it makes sense a little bit.
Let's keep doing what works.
Exactly. Do what works. But instead, in Game 5, Luka Jason Kidd, first of all, is one hell of a coach.
Right. Yeah. No
and his ability to adjust, the defense these guys are playing right now, right? They are playing at a level that I don't know if anybody saw them reaching this fast, right?
True.
And, you know, especially with Luka not being on the court. Right, and being able to make the adjustments that he made. And, you know.
Come back.
Yeah, man.
Get with it.
It's pretty insane how well they've been playing, regardless of the situation, the adjustments he's making, and what they're doing. But Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic are going off right now. Luka was making shots the other night. Like, I don't know, they're going to be a hard out for anybody in the playoffs playing at the level they're playing, with both of those guys playing as high as they are right now. You know.
Yeah. Does anybody ever like kind of like fake an injury, like at the not like an individual, but like at the team level, just like, yeah, Luka's got a little injury right now, just to fake somebody out.
I think there's a guy named Ben Simmons.
Like,
dude named Ben Simmons up in Brooklyn, and he hadn't played all year. That dude, but I don't want to get on him because he's got.
I mean, like, strategically, like lure somebody in, think they got an easy time.
Oh,
they're like, oh no, he's back now.
Oh, I'm sure, bro. There's a lot of that going, a lot of that chess being played. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the guy's gonna play, but he's still on the. So Bill Belichick,
he's on the injured list.
When Tom Brady was in New England, every week he was on the injured list. Every single week. Like, why? You know he's gonna play. But Belichick is just a game, like, that's the way he gets in people's heads, and that makes them prepare for other things instead of focusing on the main thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Appear to be strong where you're weak.
Gamesmanship.
Strong.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Gamesmanship, man. So, yeah, absolutely people
fun
do that.
Stuff.
But, yeah, man, those dudes, man, look out for those Mavericks, man. Another cool thing, Luka just dropped the Luka ones. Right, so Luka signed a Jordan contract. Yeah, now they're fresh, bro. I like them. I want to see the other colorways. So they're still gonna have like 7 different colorways, right? So they're pretty sweet little sneakers, man. Like pretty, you know. This blows my mind because back in the day,
is that a sneaker you're about?
Yeah, those are the Lukas on the screen right now, man. So back in the day, Hoopers.
That looks like some shoes I'd wear.
They're pretty sweet looking, bro. They look comfy. They look super comfy. They got fly wire on top, man. So, you know, back in the day, basketball players in no way, no how would wear a low-top shoe.
True.
Like, Jordan made one low-top shoe. I don't know if he wore it very often, though, right? There was a Jordan 11, right? The XE pair, right? Or SC, whatever it is. But They always wore high tops. If you're a basketball player, you wear high tops. Man, I see so many basketball players wearing low top sneakers these days. I don't understand, because I just feel like that's the risk of getting a turned ankle. Right, and the whole reason for high tops was to prevent that.
Yeah, true. That is true. I think the training and the sports medicine and I guess the prior to that the sports training has come a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
In that time, and the reality is that if you wear high tops all the time, that you lose some strength and flexibility in your ankle.
Yeah.
So the same thing for runners and other people that put a lot of stress on their ankles. If you over support during play and training, then you lose that flexibility and resilience. And so I think we're starting to see a rebound from that, because sports medicine is right. No pun intended. That where people are starting to see some value in the lower top shoe. Because when you're talking about people where a fraction of an inch of jump height makes a difference in whether you get a pass through or get a shot off, then that fraction of a pound of extra material and the loss of flexibility too, so small as it may be, makes a big difference.
Speaking of fraction of an inch, did you see that dunk last night, man? Ja Morant.
The dunk.
For the Memphis Grizzlies. Jumped over a man last night.
Morant's is a badass.
That dude there, bro, last week, was it, or 2 weeks ago? I was asking, is JM the new MJ?
Right.
And last night, they were down by 11 when this took place. 11 or 13 when this took place. They ended up winning. Ja Morant also
hit. It's like, damn it, we're going to win.
Yeah, he also hit the game-winning layup to win by 1 point last night.
To jump over everybody out here.
This dude jumped over an NBA basketball player, cocked the ball back, and dunked it so hard. They said it might be the dunk of the year, bro.
It might be.
And Ja's had probably 5 dunks of the years this year. Right. That dude is insane with it, man. But his will to win,
go to a top 10 dunks just to get somebody else.
When that happened, everything changed, man. Yeah. Everything changed. Yeah. And it's funny.
He is that kind of player.
Yeah, it is.
He really is that kind of player that can make a clutch play, not just a clutch play for the game-winning layup, but can make the clutch play that turns the tide of a game.
Yeah.
And gets people rallied to come back, and that's a skill in and of itself,
bro. So I saw that Des Bryant compared Ja Morant to Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson mixed in one, and people were like, they were like, how can you say this? How can you say that? I think Kobe was shooting from 3-point. Kobe shot 39.7. Ja shooting 39.5, somewhere right around there. The numbers aren't far off.
True,
they're not far off. He's just not out there like that. He doesn't talk much. He does it on the court, bro.
Right. He lets the court do his talking for him.
Yeah, man. And like I said, he's the new MJ to me. The dude is so dynamic, and he's not the new MJ because of his ability to go out and jump over people. He's the new MJ because of the fact that he took the Memphis Grizzlies to the number 2 seed in the NBA or in the Western Conference. And they're right now up 3-2 against the Timberwolves, who's a very good squad.
So you're saying
it's his will to win.
Yeah. It's not just his skills and abilities, impressive as they are.
Yeah.
It's also his ability to pull the team up.
Those intangibles, bro. Yeah, that I wish Dak had. He has those intangibles in Memphis, man.
True.
And that's why I think he's the man. So it's a lot of good basketball going on right now. So just taking a look at the brackets and the playoffs right now. Surprisingly, Boston brought the broom out and swept the Nets. Nobody saw that coming, but there's a lot of dysfunction up in Brooklyn right now. Yeah. It's just, on paper, Brooklyn is one of the best teams in the league, but in reality, they have so much dysfunction, they couldn't overcome it, bro. Just straight up, they're just, Kyrie sitting out, 4/5 of the season. Only playing half of the games, the away games until they allow them to play the home games due to COVID and all that other stuff. And then James Harden getting traded to Philadelphia. Ben Simmons coming from Philadelphia, still not playing. He blamed his mental illness on his back injury and blamed his back injury on his mental illness. He's like, bro, it doesn't make sense.
That's deeper than what I know anything about.
Yeah, like the dude, bro, is like, I don't even understand. I don't understand that. I have no idea what Ben Simmons is doing. He's just collecting the check. I don't even care at this point. But it's just kind of embarrassing to see this man. Like I don't want to add to his mental
illness.
Yeah,
issues.
I don't want to add to that stuff. So
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I
man.
mean, you know, I don't know. People may have some mental problems, but at the same time, like, all right, but
yeah, bro, you got to play. You're paid. You get paid.
You can afford.
$millions.
You can afford to get some good help,
bro.
for this.
You get paid millions to play basketball, bro.
Check
Like,
out BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com. An
Yeah,
app.
yeah.
Ben
You know.
Simmons. This is just a suggestion.
Just look it up, bro. Check it up. Check it up. Look it up. Check it out. All that good stuff. So I don't even know what to say about Ben, but
We don't. That's not even a sponsor of ours. Just
No,
saying,
we're just
Ben,
trying to help.
Like we're just trying to help you out.
just
here.
trying to help, bro.
If
So,
that doesn't work, Screwball
hey, Screwball whiskey will definitely help.
performance
bro.
enhancing drink.
At least PED toast right here, performance enhancing drink. It'll help.
It's always done wonders for us.
Help you forget about it at least, man. At least get you out on the court, play a game, not blame your mental health on your back injury
May
and
not
vice
make a lot
versa.
of shots, but
Crazy, bro. And I just want to kick a shout out to one J.R. Smith, bro.
okay.
J.R. Smith was a stud that was drafted out of high school, played in the NBA, won championships, won with LeBron. He's just a stud, a hell of an athlete. He retired from the NBA, decided to go to college.
Right.
Like I said, he was drafted out of high school.
Yeah.
Decided to go to college to play golf.
Okay.
Got a golf college scholarship to North Carolina A&T.
Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, man. Well, he had used no college eligibility.
Right.
Just had to play a different sport than
True,
basketball.
yeah.
Right? So he's playing golf in college, millionaire, chilling.
Right.
But shout out to you, J.R. Smith, man. I've been watching on YouTube. You've been saying some real stuff, just coming out, speaking on some real issues, real things. And he was awarded the Academic Athlete of the Year.
Really?
After posting a 4.0 GPA
Right.
at North Carolina A&T.
So he's like no joke on the court,
Yeah.
no joke on the course,
Yes.
and no joke when he's taking courses.
In the classroom. Yes, man. And
Nice.
J.R. Smith is the last person anybody would have thought would have come out like this. So I am so just proud of J.R. Smith. I don't
Right.
even know the dude,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But to see the turnaround that he has made in his life,
Yeah.
right? From being a young knucklehead. And this is what I tell about people, man. I tell people, like, you know, people trip on Justin Bieber when he
Right.
was 16. They
Right.
trip on Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel for messing up when he's a young, 19, 20,
Like,
21.
Your brain is not even fully formed.
Especially a dude. Like, women, yeah. Like, y'all might be a lot more mature than us, but we are still, like, barely teenagers when we're 20 years old. Like, we're retarded. Like, or excuse the language, whatever, but we're not mentally there.
Right. Even
know,
up to 40,
in young 20s.
50.
Yeah.
Like you're still not.
I still tell
Very
people I don't
immature.
want to grow up. Like, I got responsibilities, but I'm never growing up. But especially in my 20s, like, I just didn't get caught. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's an ongoing learning process.
Yeah.
And somebody who can, be self-aware enough to go back to college, be smart enough to do it on a scholarship,
Yep.
and still be smart enough to pull a 4.0
Yeah.
GPA. Good job, man.
And to see what he's doing
job,
is
JR.
impressive, man. And, man, kudos to you, J.R. Smith. I had a graphic for you, but I jacked it all up, so. No graphic to show, but, man, kudos to you, man. Shout out J.R. Smith. Great job, North Carolina AT&T. Yeah, doing what you do, man. Appreciate your focus out there. So, moving on. Big day tomorrow in the NFL.
Oh, yeah?
We
What's
have
going on tomorrow in the NFL?
the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah, the draft.
Got the draft. Now,
NFL draft.
this is the first time I can say I have no idea who's going to go number one. Not a single clue.
So we
I don't have a clue, bro. I don't have a clue, man. It's just not many quarterbacks. You know, Malik Willis. There's a
Yeah.
guy at Pittsburgh that's, that'll probably go first,
Yeah.
the quarterback, but don't have a Trevor Lawrence in the draft this year.
Right.
So we say. Hell, the kid could be Tom Brady, you know? But, they're saying that, like, this is the weakest quarterback draft. Could be the greatest. Who knows? We'll see.
Sometimes it works that way, yeah. Sometimes it's the unexpected ones that
end up
being the break, the playmakers and
the
playmakers and deal breakers.
Yep. The guy you never would have seen coming that shows up on your front porch as the GOAT.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there's a lot of tech data, a lot of research that suggests that our picks at that age are not always all that great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who come out and do marvelous things. But there's a lot of people who come out and
Yeah, well, since I don't know who the hell is going to
right now, there's just nobody even on the radar.
What I will do is focus on the Cowboys and tell y'all what I hope y'all focus on, okay? I would love for y'all to go out and draft a quarterback, but I know that's not going to be the focus. I know that won't be the focus, but O-line needs to be a focus.
Yeah.
Linebacker needs to be a focus.
Draft somebody that's going to be a blocker.
Yeah. Yep. O-line, we've gotten older.
So wait a minute.
Our guys are beat up.
Let's giving Dallas that they have a quarterback. Arguably.
Do they? Okay.
Arguably.
That word is great.
So you're saying that they still need an O-line.
Yes.
They still need blockers.
Yeah, they still need a couple.
They still need tacklers, linebackers.
Yeah.
So they have some good receivers, I guess. Like, what do they have?
We definitely need to get another receiver because our best receiver, as far as I'm concerned, is now in Cleveland.
So you're really saying that they basically just need the whole team?
No, man. So we're not too far. Just the major positions. Right?
just all the important stuff.
As long as Dak is there, we have no chance, as far as I'm concerned. But
we don't have the I can't remember his name, the kicker from
Zerline. Yeah, man, we let that guy go. Thankfully, man, I would love to bring Baker Mayfield to Dallas. Yeah. Like, quite honestly, I don't know if that's gonna work out, but I would love to see that happen.
Could be interesting.
Baker's a lot. I don't know. I would love to just see an accurate quarterback in Dallas. Let me say that.
Accurate quarterback.
An accurate quarterback. A quarterback that can throw a ball to a receiver. I think that's their job. And we don't have that right now on a consistent basis.
Arguably. Against
a solid defense that's in coverage at the beginning of a football game. But we do need some guys that can protect Dak. We're getting older. We've got guys retiring. Eric on our left tackle he's getting hurt. Or not Eric, but Tyron Smith. He's been getting hurt way too frequently in the past few seasons.
Well, that's definitely not going to do anything without decent protection.
Yeah, I mean, no, he needs it more with that leg, and hopefully his leg has another year of healing. So it should be stronger.
Like, say, Pat Mahomes, who seems to thrive under pressure.
Yeah,
that's not Dak.
No.
And even Pat Mahomes needs some protection. He needs some time.
Yeah.
But
even though he ran for 500 yards behind the line of scrimmage in the Super Bowl and still almost won.
Right. Yeah. But
I mean, I saw Pat Mahomes at the Mavericks game the other day and just dreamed of him being the Cowboys quarterback. Like, that's never going to happen because he's got a $500 million contract. But, bro, like, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Huh. But, we can dream. We can absolutely dream. But no, man, I think we need to address the offensive line, our defensive line, and linebacker positions for the most part. And we need one receiver. So if we took a receiver in the first round, and they're pretty. I think this draft is pretty deep at receiver. This is like the fastest receiver in DB core to ever come out of the draft. So, I think
anybody specific that you wish they'd look at?
No, just a good one.
Just a good one.
Yeah, just give me a good guy that can replace Cooper, man. Like, that's all I care about. Because that was a big blow for us. I don't know if y'all realize that, but that was a big blow. I'm sure they'll address it pretty early in the draft.
Well, if your quarterback is not accurate, then that means your running backs have to move around a lot more to get.
Yeah, well, that's the whole reason why Cooper's not in Dallas anymore is because Dak's not accurate. Yeah. Exactly.
And preferably not without the elbow pop.
Without the pop. But hey, that's what happens when your quarterback's not accurate.
Right.
You get popped. But anyways, man, it's going to be a good draft. There's a lot of good prospects. I don't know who's going to be great out of this draft, so it's always curious to see. Nobody, Micah Parsons went 11th to us last year in the draft, so he was the best player in the league, got Defensive Player of the Year, right? Or rookie, Rookie of the Year on the defensive side, whatever, for the Cowboys last year. So, the draft is always interesting to see what's going to happen. Who's going to turn out and be a stud or whatnot. So, we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens in this draft coming up tomorrow night. So, also, this is something else that I'm going to be looking for is who is going to end up grabbing Deebo Samuel, because he says that he is not returning to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, that could be a guy. If we could work out a trade to go and grab that dude, that'll be great for us, right? That's a good – and he's mentioned, having interest in coming to Dallas. Anybody in the NFL that's good will want to come to Dallas because these boys get pampered, bro.
Right.
Like they're, practice facility, everything else. I
mean,
they're
getting taken care of.
In Texas, no state taxes. You get your money. Like it's just a good, good place to be if you're an athlete. Straight up and straight, down.
No doubt.
So
now, if you want to win Super Bowls,
that's a different story.
Might have to work on it a little bit.
That's a different story. You might need to bring your team with you if you want to win Super Bowls. But speaking of you specifically, Deebo, because y'all got very close. Y'all got closer than us. Matter of fact, you beat us last year. But he was a major reason why. And I would love to see him in Dallas, man. I would love to see Deebo come to Dallas.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Deebo. That's funny. Deebo's out in California. D, you ever watch the movie Friday? Remember Deebo on Friday? That's my bike, punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Deebo Samuel, man. That's a perfect place for you to be. But come on to Dallas if we can afford you. But yeah, I love to see the Cowboys make some moves, make a trade or get a solid pick in at receiver and O-line, D-line in this year's draft. But we'll keep this party rolling. So there was a pretty significant fight this weekend. Heavyweight. Remember when the heavyweight boxing championship was everything? It was everything. It
was big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Mike Tyson was coming up. Well, it's not so much everything anymore because we don't have an American heavyweight champion anymore. Right? Now it's Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, and y'all know
Fury.
I think Fury been cheating for a while.
Okay.
Let me just tell you, because I saw the dude get knocked out and pop up like Undertaker. And I've never seen a boxer flick his tongue out at another boxer in a match.
So you're saying he might be using some
stuff that gets out your system real quick.
Some performance enhancing something.
I don't know if it's performance enhancing, but it wakes you up. You know what I'm saying? This dude's eyes wide open.
Is pretty solid.
Yeah, and the dude is like, he's massive. First of all,
he's a big dude,
but he's never just like. He's not a ripped boxer. He's not one of those just fighters just like cut like the walls back here behind us, And the dude just goes out and with his long ass arms and just jabs you to death, bow, and he took Dillian White out with a right uppercut. A
lot of the heavyweights though are not cut like the like the welterweights on down.
Oh, for sure, like Mike Tyson used to be though.
Tyson was cut though. Tyson was relatively short, a smaller, body to be a heavyweight.
Yeah.
So a lot of it obviously is muscle.
Yeah. I wonder how Mike Tyson would have done against a Tyson Fury. 5'9" versus 6'9".
You have to get in there close.
Have to, and that's the tough part.
Get in under that. Yeah, under that jab.
And Tyson Fury, I love it. It's weird because I enjoy watching the dude fight, man, because he's so unorthodox.
Right. Well, they both bring a certain level of crazy to the ring.
Yeah, and then he just doesn't have a rhythm. Like most boxers have some type of a rhythm where what's coming.
That matters too.
Yeah, bro, and he's just
that's a big part of it.
His head movements, everything is just weird. and it throws you off. He looks like
Right.
a drunken master when he fights. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe that's his style.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's got the drunken master style of boxing.
But he did it again. He knocked this dude out with an uppercut in the 6th round. They say he knocked his tooth out. And I'm like, bro, he had a mouthpiece in. How did he knock his tooth out? But
He came out with the mouthpiece.
very significant, man. And then more news with our favorite boxer, Mr. Earl. You know, the truth, Spence. Let me get this thing figured out real quick. That's the wrong one. That's the right one right there. All right. So they're trying to say that Earl is too powerful. His power is not natural because he's breaking dudes' faces. He's breaking orbital bones, ribs, and noses. Right. Trying to say he's taking something, bro.
They're trying to say he's too good.
Yeah.
So that's,
you know what I say?
So that literally what they're saying is, Earl, you're just too damn good.
Earl,
you're too tough for us.
Earl, I'm scared of you.
Right.
I don't want to get hit by those shots.
I don't know. I really, could not be said to know Earl Spence personally.
Yeah.
But I know Derek James.
Yep.
And Derek James ain't doing no crazy stuff.
Nope. That dude only drinks water.
Right.
Like, he don't drink Gatorade, bro.
Right.
So he's not putting anything illegal in his fighter.
Yeah.
Like,
it's definitely not going to support that.
Yeah. And you know who's blaming him? Who's saying that Earl might be cheating?
People that Earl might be fighting.
Victor Conte. You know who Victor Conte is?
Victor Conte.
This is and I love Barry Bonds, but this is the guy that treated Barry Bonds.
Victor Conte.
This is the guy that got caught with A-Rod in the lab.
I mean, if anybody would know performance enhancing.
Yeah, like this dude, he's the dirtiest. I don't even know what to call him, right? But he's one of the dirtiest good dudes in the game in sports, right? He's going to jail behind being dirty, and he's trying to say that Earl's dirty. Come on, bro.
Let me ask you this.
Come on, bro.
Based on previous conversations we've had on this subject matter, did Spence have to weigh in and test and all that stuff just like everybody else does?
Yes.
Did he pass all those tests?
Yes. Yeah. So there's like some drug testing agency.
End of discussion.
It's like a voluntary drug testing or whatever
Yeah.
that they say Spence is not taking, but he's passed every other drug test.
Look, there's
like,
look,
bro, come on,
I didn't realize until I did some research when the Olympics and some of the things that went on prior to the Summer Olympics happened. I had no idea how much drug testing goes on.
Yeah, a ton of it.
Professional and Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like government workers, bank workers, nothing compared. People, like regular people who were subjected to that much scrutiny would revolt. Like they would just be like, no, fuck you guys.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Right. So the fact that he's not doing something in addition to what is required, like, nah, screw you guys.
Exactly.
Just
the
man won.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's breaking faces.
He passed the test. He did all the requirements, and he won.
Yeah.
Get over it.
And to be accused by a dude that's been like, come on, bro.
To be accused by
the dirtiest dude in the game, like, come on,
Right.
kind of just go hide in the shadows, bro, and stay out the scene, bro.
Man,
you obviously just want some attention. You just want a hug. You just want some attention, bro. Like, so Victor, he is now. There's a new regimen that he's over now called SNAP.
All right.
Right, SNAP training, and he's got several boxers under his SNAP training. Right. Snack. I'm sorry, not snap. Snack.
That sounds like some training I can get behind.
SNAC. It's snack.
I'm doing it. Right? I'm doing the same thing, just with one more letter. SNACK.
I'm hitting snacks all day, minus the training.
Yeah.
You know?
Minus the training.
Yeah, bro. But no, he's behind that whole thing now, and he's just can't trust the guy, bro. You know.
Well, I mean,
one thing about cheaters is they always try to stay ahead of the testing. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't get caught don't mean you're not cheating.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So the fact of the matter is,
guilty by association.
Sports is a winner. Like, like you don't get just like the recognition, the points, the money. It's all about winning.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of other avenues or venues of the world, in sports there are specific rules that your specific standards that you have to hit for things.
Yep.
And in those specific standards and so on, those like you want to be as close to the line as you can get without getting on
cheating,
testing on the other side.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, why would it surprise anybody, like Victor or anybody else? Like, why would it surprise you that everybody who's anybody who's really trying to play at a championship level,
yeah,
is pushing those lines?
So you're going back to if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm not even saying cheating,
but not even cheating,
per se.
But I want to get as close to that line as I can.
Absolutely.
To not be cheating, to get my peak performance.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about kid playing high school ball that's going to go on to college or and be an accountant.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Like I didn't play professional sports.
Yep.
But if you are a professional, like the word is, it literally is professional.
Yeah.
If you're a professional, anything, and you want to play at the top of your game,
want to be the best,
whether you're a lawyer or an accountant or a football player or a boxer, if you want to be the best, you got to go up to the line.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means you're gonna step over a little bit. Yeah. And sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
Yep. Yep.
So
and that, I mean that's
but I stand by I don't know Errol Spence, but I know Derek Jackson.
I know Derek. I know the man that's fueling his everything, bro.
Right. He's all natural.
Yeah. And the dude, I said he's the closest thing to a plant, bro. He's the closest thing to a plant that I know. Yeah, the dude only drinks water.
He'd be like a Venus flytrap. Though.
He doesn't. Yeah, absolutely, bro. He'll destroy you with the quickness. Right. You know, like he's a ferocious plant.
Yeah, he's a ferocious plant.
The dude only drinks water, man. Yeah, only drinks water, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's not to say that like I don't know what Errol Spence does when he's not around Derek, but. But I know he had to weigh in just like everybody else did.
And I believe
he has to take the same test everybody else does. Yeah. And he's made it through all those.
And I believe his relationship with Derek would not allow him to cross those lines. Derek's influence on Errol would not allow Errol to cross those lines of cheating. Like it just won't happen. So y'all can do all your testing. Earl is the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world to the Noonish crew. Period. He's got the belts to prove it. Yeah. And if you want to step up to get beat down, go ahead, so be it.
Well, so one of these days we need to do an episode where we spend some time talking about the doping and what a moral panic that turned into years ago, and whether there's any value in all the testing that we're doing now. Yeah. At the level that it's being done. Yeah. Because again, like these are professionals. They are going to push the limits. Yeah. I mean we want them to push the limits. Yeah. I mean and it's all entertainment. You know what I mean? Right.
So I mean
and also that's what you're paying for.
Exactly. It's all entertainment. I don't like I said, I never bothered me when Barry Bonds and McGuire and Sosa were hitting them home runs. And,
well, I think it's the people that
breaking world records.
It's the people who were not breaking world records are the ones that get upset about it. Right?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So it is what it is. But
and there's and we're always going to find other ways to enhance performance.
Man down, big fish, strap season. Y'all know what it is down here in Dallas, Texas. Errol Spence, we behind you, baby.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they can say what they want to say. We know the truth, and the truth. Errol Spence is what that is, man. So we're going to move on. Let me tell y'all a little bit of good news. The Texas Rangers had their first winning streak. It was snapped. But they have their
first winning streak.
Yeah, man. They won 3 games in a row. And
it was longer than one.
It was longer than one.
All right.
They won 3 games in a row. Then they lost, and they came back. They beat the Astros. So the Rangers are starting to come around a little bit. So I just want to tell you guys, y'all watch out for those Texas Rangers, man. It's not a done deal yet. Still early in the season. Got a long ways to go, but just keep your eyes out and keep your eyes open for those Texas Rangers. Yeah. I think they might be making a move.
Might see
we shall see.
Might see another winning streak.
Yeah, man. Might see another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 winning streaks, man. We shall see. But, hey, look out. Be on the lookout for the Texas Rangers. I love the people in place that are making decisions for them now. John Daniels is no longer, making decisions for the team anymore, which is great. He's straight analytics dude, not experienced dude on the field. We've got people that can, Chris Young is doing a damn good job. Our head coach, our manager is doing a great job out there. So look out for the Rangers, man. We might make a run later on in the season. And if we do, y'all know where y'all heard it first. And if we don't, forget I ever said anything. Straight up. But I do want you guys to look out for who is the best ball player at this point in time, still early in the season in the league. His name is Byron Buxton out of Minnesota. Plays for the Minnesota Twins. The guy is, number one, the fastest player in the league running.
Okay.
And now he's leading the league in home runs, as of a couple of days ago. I don't know if that's changed.
How fast do you have to run if you're hitting home runs?
Bro, he's a center fielder. So
so he's got to be quick.
The dude flies. When I say the dude is the fastest in the league, the dude flies, bro. And
flies after flies.
Yeah, he last year he just basically sat out the seat. I don't know what was going on. There were negotiations about his contract and things like that in Minnesota.
Interesting.
But the guy is one hell of a ball player.
So he was working out while he was sitting out.
Right now he's batting like .351. He's got 6 home runs. That may have changed since I updated, since I loaded the stats. But be on the lookout for Byron Buxton. He's wearing number 25 like Barry Bonds. 2 B's. Byron Buxton, Barry Bonds, 25. Check it out, man. Coincidence? I just thought about the 2 B's. I did notice the 25 that he had on his back, but the guy can swing it, doing a hell of a job, playing the game. And he's a very exciting player to watch and to be on the lookout for. So,
nice.
With that being said,
all right,
we will now go to my favorite part of the show, which is, you know what that is, Jonas?
The part where we drink.
Oh, that's all show long, but yeah.
that's the whole show.
That is Tech Talk.
The Tech Talk.
With my boy Jonas Bull. What you got for us today, bro?
Well, okay. So there's one big thing that we'll talk about in a minute, but there's a smaller thing that not much of a. I got a little bit. Out in California, Burlingame, California, Meta, the company formerly known as Facebook, was opening a Meta store.
In California, like a brick and mortar?
Brick and mortar store.
So how ironic is that? Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah.
It's a little.
That's some irony.
It's a bit of irony. It's a bit strange because they kind of like the pictures looks kind of Apple Store-ish.
Yeah.
Like once again, the company formerly known as Facebook is copying what other companies are doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opening a brick and mortar.
A brick and mortar store for a metaverse company.
When's Blockbuster coming back?
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I guess you have to have some place to go and buy your Oculus Quest 2, which is the only thing you can buy there. You can't buy the Ray-Bans there. You have to order them online. You can't buy any accessories for the Oculus Quest there.
All you can buy is the Oculus Quest?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only.
How big is the store?
Yeah, looks
approximately.
Like, I mean, it's I don't know, square feet, maybe
500 square
maybe
feet.
500 square feet, 800 square feet.
It's in Cali, so it can't be that big.
Yeah.
They don't have that much space out there.
Looks, it's set up like a coffee bar kind of looking place.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of wood floors, and again, like it's like okay, but your whole plan for this company is metaverse.
And that's the irony I'm talking about.
Right. So why bother with the fancy schmancy physical space?
Yeah.
Bring everybody in, slap an Oculus on their head, and let them buy their stuff there.
And it's only one? Only one Meta store?
So far, yeah. So far, it's only the one.
That's just weird to me. Like that is extremely weird.
It's
to
a
me.
little weird.
So
yeah.
that makes me think that the online sales aren't going that well, but at the same time, they are.
The Oculus
They're
is selling.
It's like 1.8 million.
Well, they've got obviously got the largest market share of any VR headset.
It's like 1.8 million in Q1 or something like that.
1.8 million earlier this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're moving a lot of headsets.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know that that's because of Meta. I think it's because people are interested in the technology.
That is just. I'm sorry. I just can't get past the irony of a brick and mortar Oculus store.
Right. Yeah,
because nothing
it's
within
odd.
the Oculus is brick and mortar.
Right. Right.
You know
Unless
what I
it's,
mean?
you know, unless it's virtual brick and mortar.
Unless it's virtual brick and mortar.
Which again,
That's
like,
what Meta is.
why not do that?
Metaverse, yeah.
Like, if you're going all in on this, go all in on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Hey, I just want to say that I'm not gonna put that out there yet. I'm gonna leave that alone. I was gonna say something, but hey, be
Yeah,
on the lookout
be on the lookout.
for our metaverse.
Yeah, you'll know where to go to get your Oculus.
Yes, you will know. Be on the lookout
You just
for
have to
it
go all the way to California
because we're building some craziness
to get something you can get online
and some greatness.
delivered to your door.
Yeah, man.
But okay. Anyway, yeah. So speaking of people going all in, there's a certain richest man in the world, at least was before Tesla stock took a little tumble.
Did it?
Yeah. it did.
Yesterday?
Yep.
What? Was it because of Elon buying Twitter?
Well, yeah, basically. So
He don't care.
Elon bought Twitter. If you were living under a rock and this is the only source of news for you, Elon bought Twitter.
Elon Musk, that is.
Right.
If you don't know who we're talking about when we say Elon.
He said he was going to buy Twitter. He bought Twitter.
Yeah.
He's like that guy on the show who's where the people are mean to his girlfriend at the restaurant, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to buy the restaurant."
What's the ticket for Twitter? Like 44 million?
So he paid 43
billion?
point something billion
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. In largely debt funded leverage buyout, which is what that means.
So explain to the people what a debt funded leverage buyout means, Jonas.
But so basically that means that because even Elon Musk doesn't have $43 billion in actual cash money laying around, he goes to, he puts up some amount of money of his own and goes around to various other banks and investors and says, I need $43 billion, loan me some money.
Do you trust me with 43 billion?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
They're like, Elon, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. The guy has proven that he can make money.
Yeah.
And so basically everybody who owns Twitter stock makes out like a bandit because they're getting paid at or above market value for Twitter or at that as of that day. So, it may go up and you'd be like, oh, well, I lost, but that's paper. So long story short, this deal is apparently going to happen.
Yep.
It's real. It's been approved by the board of Twitter. I don't think there's anything that would be outstanding with like the Federal Trade Commission that would prevent it. So, there's no monopolies being created here or anything like that. So probably going to happen. The stated plan, it's Elon Musk. So the fact that he said it on Twitter does not mean that he's going to actually do it.
Is Twitter going to the moon?
To the moon, Twitter to the moon. Or Mars, as the case may be.
Yeah, or Mars, yeah.
So he says he's going to take it private, restructure, and usually what would happen is after it's taken private, restructured, they do another IPO and Twitter to the moon again.
So what was his intent?
So again, stated intent, which isn't necessarily the same thing as actual intent, but the stated intent was to make Twitter a public forum for free speech.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
It's supposed to be that anyway, right? But it has it has not been that because Twitter has now been I guess they can
So there's
what they did to Trump, right? They can suspend people, right?
You can suspend people. You
or
can
completely take away their accounts.
Supposedly shadow ban. I mean, it's a bit of controversy about whether that's a real thing or whether that's just algorithms being algorithms.
Shadow ban, man. These are some freaking
yeah
futuristic words, bro. Like shadow ban.
There's a lot of stuff going on there, and the thing is, you hear about all these conversations, all these articles about, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. Oh, this is the greatest thing that's ever going to happen. He's going to give Trump's account back.
It's still controlled by someone, though, right?
So first of all, just because Elon Musk buys Twitter doesn't mean that all of your hopes and dreams are going to come true, or all of your end of the world catastrophes are going to happen. Because number one, Twitter's just not that fucking important.
I love your unbiased reasoning.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like, not everybody's on Twitter. Twitter's actually been losing a little bit of its number of users.
Luster, yeah.
And has so far, and I think this is a key point, so far has not been able to find a way to be consistently profitable.
So why has Twitter lost some of its users? Do you know that answer?
Well, some of it has probably been getting rid of some bots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bots out there.
Some of it has been because people just get tired of it, and some of it has been because like there's so much social media noise out there right now that some people are just fed up with it.
What's the purpose of a Twitter bot?
Usually I'm going to say advertising, although that's a little bit of a broad term.
Yeah.
For what happens, but basically people are paying someone to put bots, which is basically just automated responder, automated poster. I mean, I've had a Twitter bot. It was me. It was all my stuff, but it was an automated posting system.
Yeah.
But a bot, and the way it's typically used, would mean an automated posting system that's not associated with a real person.
Yep.
So the bot just posts whatever, whatever the person wants it to post, or whatever the highest bidder wants it to post, or whatever. And it's almost always referring to something with an agenda.
I know there's a lot of bots out there for the Michael Jordan shoes and Nike. Every time Jordan released some shoes, the bots would take over the shoes, and nobody could actually buy the shoes.
So here's the thing with Elon Musk, especially Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
I like Elon Musk, by the way.
Yeah, he's got his issues, but
who doesn't? Here's
the facts.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is, number one, an engineer.
Yep.
Number one.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people miss about Elon Musk.
He is an engineer. He understands the science behind it.
Why does he say stupid things sometimes that no other CEO would ever say?
Because he understands.
Because he's an engineer.
Yeah.
He's not a CEO. He's an engineer who happens to be a CEO.
And he talks and speaks as if like an engineer.
He thinks about systems. He thinks about the gears of how things fit together.
Process. It's all process.
But he also likes to make money.
Yeah.
Not for its own sake, arguably.
Yeah.
But like he's got an agenda. That's my Elon Musk conspiracy theory, is that he's got an agenda behind everything.
Yeah.
Because he's an engineer.
Yeah.
But he does have a tendency to find ways of making things profitable that nobody would have thought to do.
Yeah.
So Twitter, who has not been profitable.
Time out. Twitter, who's not been profitable. I want you to stay there.
All right.
So
we're holding the ball at the Twitter.
Anyone that does not understand engineers speak step by step by step by step. There is no missing a point. Like, their language is direct, and it is
good
intentional.
Engineers will also be willing to say, this is what we should do.
Yeah.
New information comes in. They say, oh, yeah, well, now that we know that, this is not what we should do. We should do this instead.
I said speak. I meant think. Right. Engineers think step by step by step by step, as if there is
That's not to say they can't be wrong.
There's no assumptions. Like, there are no assumptions. They think as if there are no assumptions made, and will walk you through each and every process through and through. So I just wanted to say that. So
they want to be explicit with their assumptions.
Yes.
There's always assumptions.
Yes.
Like, I assume that the sun's going to come up tomorrow.
For sure. But an engineer would walk you through that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We're assuming that the sun's going to come up tomorrow because
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. So the fact that Twitter has not been the return on investment for its shareholders that it should have been, arguably, because okay, top social media things right now. I mean, Facebook, obviously.
Yep.
I'm not even going to say Instagram because it's basically part of Facebook.
Yep.
Maybe LinkedIn somewhere down in the top 10, maybe. TikTok. What else? And Twitter.
That's basically it.
Most of the others of those are either too new
Yep.
or they're profitable
Yeah.
enough.
Yep.
Twitter's the only one that's been struggling to be profitable, partly because their CEO's been off doing other things. None of those things that he's been doing have been awful things. They've been good things. They've been good for other things.
But he hasn't been focusing on Twitter.
Doing Stripe and building water wells in Africa. Wonderful things he's been doing, but he hasn't been focused on Twitter and leading them as a CEO is supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Leading them towards.
But does Elon have the focus to be able to lead Twitter to where they need to go? Because he's also got shit going on in Mars and in space.
Yeah.
Like, Elon has a lot going on. You know what I mean? So does he have the focus to lead Twitter to where it needs to go?
Do we have any reason to believe that Elon does not have enough focus to go around?
Yes.
Has he not proven that he can?
Well, I know he can add for a season.
Right. Well, and so that's the other thing is there's a lot of things that you could do with Twitter that. You know, and again, nothing against Jack Dorsey because he has done some amazing things.
And Dorsey's a great last name.
Right. Yeah. And Jack's a great first name.
Yeah.
Never met a Jack I didn't like. But you read into that what you will. But there are some things that you could do with Twitter that could make it profitable, could even make it a more restrained, less Wild West kind of a place.
Like
that
what?
Twitter has just been so far unwilling to do.
Jonas, so if Twitter was yours and your baby, what would Twitter look like?
Subscription model.
Subscription model, period.
I mean, make it affordable.
Yeah.
But if you're going anything over, like if you're going to post on a regular basis.
So is the subscription limited to the number of posts?
I would think what I would probably do is if you're
like 0 to 25 free, 25 plus.
Yeah, posting and reposting things. I think probably you would probably something to do with either the posts or I mean I don't have the analytics to really get into it, but I think
off the top of your head, I trust your
Okay, well, so for example, not my account because my account's not really well tended.
Yeah.
But like the average person's account, so the vast majority of Twitter users, probably post somewhere in the neighborhood of 40-ish posts a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 40 plus
one a day. Now, then you got replies and retweets.
Yep.
And things like that.
So we're talking about a combination.
But put that combination together, and you're talking in terms of order of magnitude, somewhere between hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yearly.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
But then you have Elon Musk, for example, or Donald Trump, for that matter, who it's not so much the volume of posts. So this is why I'm saying there's some thought that needs to go into that. It's not so much the volume of posts because they may post that much between hundreds and thousands.
Yep.
Post likes or not, post replies and retweets.
Yep.
They may be posting and retweeting in that same range or less.
Yeah.
But the impact, the number of people reached, is that much higher.
Yeah.
So my proposition would be not to kind of flip that on its head and look at how many people are you hitting?
Yeah.
Like what's your number of followers? And anything under 1,000, Like it's basically free.
So is it
like
$1
a month?
So are you charging the person that's posting? Like how does that work?
I'm charging you based on the number of followers you have.
Because there's also,
and I'm not talking about an egregious amount.
Because if we look at YouTube's model, right? Like there's a monetization model. So is there a monetization model that's also on the other end of that thing?
I think there should be.
Right. And so how does that work?
Well, I think it comes down to
does that come to retweets? Does that come to replies? Does that come to, because that's all that all plays into the engagement piece of it, right?
Yeah.
So you're paying a price. If you're doing hundreds, thousands of posts a month,
well,
right, then you're also getting hundreds of thousands, millions of replies, and like your engagement numbers are crazy. Like, what does that look like? Like, how do you balance that?
Okay, so let's to figure that out, to put some thought around that. Let's back it up a little bit. What is, and we're coming at this from Elon Musk buying Twitter for the stated purpose that he says.
Yeah.
If you want to make it a public forum where free speech is valued and eliminate or reduce significantly the number of motivated bots, not the sales things and things like that, but the things that are trying to have an undue influence or game the system, whatever. And you also want to do the things that we have said in this country, at least, that we want to do with free speech, which is allow for political dissent, which is one of the things that we've kind of failed on to a large extent.
Yep.
And allow for reasoned discussion, which is another thing we've been kind of tripping up over, without having all this just bullshit that keeps getting thrown out there.
Yep.
Have an ability to say, okay,
you're
not in a theater yelling fire in a crowd.
Yep.
But you're stirring up the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? There's things that we have seen happen, things that people have tweeted to the followers that they've tweeted them to, which is the equivalent of that.
The purpose of stirring up bull crap to keep you off the focus.
So there's a couple of things that we need to look at. Well, one of those is what actions, what behaviors are we incentivizing?
Yeah.
Well, right now, the incentive is because the only real feedback that you get on Twitter is retweets, likes, and so on.
Yeah.
Number of followers. So if that's your incentive, then who gets clicked on?
Yeah.
Who gets followed? People who say incendiary things.
Yeah.
People who say things that make people say, "Oh yeah," or laugh even.
Yeah.
Because there's some stuff there's some people that I follow.
People that challenge the status quo, like
not even necessarily challenge, but just stir
the pot a little bit.
It's human nature.
Yeah.
But we're not playing with so thinking back to like our boxing and football that we were talking about earlier. When you're boxing, you're playing for money, and there's potentially one or two lives on the line.
Yeah, mano.
Potentially.
Yeah.
In a football game, potentially you may see one person get seriously injured.
Yeah.
Maybe two, maybe three.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty unusual these days. Yeah. And money.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the subject matter that's the source of all this, which is COVID-19 and politics.
Yeah.
Or let's just be realistic and say politics, because that's
politics,
what it's all been.
Politics. I had a
politics.
very
Politics
person,
is a game played with lives.
I had a very influential person tell me that politics determines what you drink out of. Politics determines everything that in your everyday life that you do. Politics plays a role in it. Everything.
That's why I say the currency of politics is lives.
Yeah.
Because whether it's immediate and fatal like a war, or whether it's long term and not necessarily immediately fatal, like Medicaid, welfare policy, schools, public schools.
Yeah.
You're still playing with people's lives.
Yeah.
And do we want to incentivize this sort of gaming, kind of mentality where the goal is to push things to the limit and, fire up people's emotions and stir people up and not have reasoned discussions. Like it's one thing if we sit in here and say, "No, man, hook 'em horns," and you say, "No, man, boomer sooner," and we can argue about that all day long.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like we may have some fans, you may have some fans, and that's great. That's fine because you know who's going to be hurt at the end of the day for that? Literally nobody.
Nobody. From that.
But if we're in a position to
talking about
influence
nukes,
who's firing nuclear weapons or who's shooting who,
yeah,
or more realistically, who gets money for free lunches,
yeah,
or who gets a road or a bridge fixed,
yeah,
then that shit matters because people's lives are literally on
on
the
the
line.
line. Yep.
Whether it's a kid that's not going to be able to do as well in school and maybe not play as well on the football team or maybe not perform as well on a college exam because he didn't have anything to freaking eat,
Yeah.
or a bridge that collapses and kills some people, literally.
Yep.
Either way, you're playing with people's lives.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about free speech on Twitter, we're not talking about flame wars where people are just stirring up, pitching memes back and forth to each other. We don't necessarily want to incentivize that behavior.
Yeah.
What we do want to incentivize is people having
Open
discussions
conversation. Yeah.
and being able to communicate with each other
Without being.
right, without getting so wound up into things that they can't listen to each other.
Bro, that's kind of disrupting algorithms.
It is exactly disrupting the algorithms.
It's
But guess
a
what?
disruption of algorithms.
We already have a model, not perfect model, but we already have a model by my nemesis, Microsoft,
Yeah.
of how a social media platform can work for a lot of people without being so disruptive.
What platform is that?
It's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
You're right. You're right.
Don't get me wrong.
There's no politics involved.
I'm not
though.
suggesting.
But people do still talk
Why?
politics,
But
though.
why isn't it? Why
all-
don't you see the flame wars on LinkedIn?
Because it's all business. And
It's all
there's
business.
an understanding.
It's
when
all
you-
business.
Yeah.
When somebody has a LinkedIn account, like it's associated with, like their coworkers are on there,
Yeah.
and their
They know their
jobs are
livelihood
on there,
is at stake.
right?
Right.
So if you want to have a reasonable level of discussion, I'm all for anonymity
yeah.
and having places where you can have those discussions.
Yeah.
They exist
Yeah.
already. What Twitter has become doesn't need to be that.
Yeah.
What Twitter is, if it's going to be the public forum,
Yeah.
Twitter needs to be a place where there is some restraint, not imposed
Some
from the
boundaries.
top down
Yeah.
by anonymous people at Twitter, but imposed by the structure of the forum, where if this this account that's says Jonas Bull on it says something that's just ridiculous,
Yeah.
that like, well, all those Chinese kids are already smart enough, so we don't need to do anything to help
Yeah.
them. Okay, well, that's arguably not a good thing
Yeah.
to believe. But if somebody says that, then you can turn around and say, it's that guy.
Yeah. So
And whereas people might say things, I might say something. I know teenagers will say a lot of stupid things when they know nobody's gonna know who they are.
yeah.
But if
It
I
comes back
know,
to bite them later on in life.
It comes back to bite 'em
happened.
later on in
Yeah,
life.
It's happened several times.
but I think one, having some age restrictions. Two, which Elon Musk has explicitly said that he was going to do, which is get rid of some of the bots.
Mm-hmm.
And three, he's kind of hinted at the restructuring of like how this quote unquote moderation is
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And look, anybody who hears me say that is going to hear what they want to hear from that.
Yeah.
Whether it's the people who say, well, he's canceling all these liberal accounts, or oh, he's canceling all these conservative. No,
Yeah.
it's everybody's felt that.
So, in your opinion, tell me this: is Elon Musk buying Twitter a good thing?
I think that it depends on what he does with it.
Yeah. But just off your, off your knowledge of what he plans to do with it, and your knowledge of what he's done, Starlink is a great thing.
I think
Tesla's been awesome.
I think the most likely outcome is that Twitter will become more profitable.
Yeah, got you. So it's a great business decision for the organization.
It's highly likely that the people who own Twitter after this buyout, which will basically be Musk and a handful of other people, I think they will become even more wealthy than they already are.
Yeah, like substantially?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Enough.
It's kind of like Bitcoin.
I would
it's
say
already grown to a
it's
point
probably,
that there's not much room for
well,
more growth, but
the thing is there's probably better ways to monetize something like Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that Elon Musk has an idea or has some people who have ideas that are not the same thing that we've already seen.
And I'll tell you what, that dude there, if anybody's going to bring something fresh and different and something that we didn't even think of to Twitter, it's that guy.
Well, I think his strong suit is picking an idea and just rolling with it.
Yeah.
And taking it where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Whether
finding
so
gaps.
maybe this isn't the right direction for this, but we'll just go this way and go on to the end goal still there.
Do you think he actually has a plan?
Like,
does he actually have a plan? Or he's like, man,
that's
screw
really
Twitter, man. I'm gonna just buy it and do what I want to do with it.
So the other thing you got to remember about Elon Musk is that he's still basically a big teenager.
Yeah, he's a big rebel, bro. Like
he's
I love
50
Elon Musk.
years old. He's basically the same age as I am.
Is Elon 50?
But maybe a little older.
I love Elon. I like him a lot, bro. He's a good dude.
But he's still basically a big teenager.
Yeah.
So
I sit down with him. I probably will one day. I'm going to one day.
I would not be at all surprised if he did start the process of buying out Twitter for spite.
Yeah.
So the trying to buy 9%, become the majority shareholder.
That reminds me
I
of
can totally believe him doing that.
That reminds me of an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
You saw that one?
No.
Spite buys, bro. Like anytime, like Larry David, he got pissed off.
But
he got pissed off at a coffee shop.
Right.
And bought a location right next door and built his own coffee shop. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I will just round that off quickly because I want to come back to that.
Yeah.
But to round that off real quick, nobody, not even Elon Musk, spends $46 million on a whim like that. It takes too much effort and too much thought. So that being said, another thing that has been attributed to Elon Musk, I don't know if it's actually originally his, but a teenager, say 18, 19-year-old kid, cannot go. It's extremely difficult, if not impossible, for a kid that age to go and get a $10,000 loan to start a business. But that same kid can get $100,000 in student loans that he'll never be able to pay back. No problem.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody who thinks thoughts like that, buying a platform like Twitter, I mean, yeah, there's a good possibility that new interesting things are going to happen there.
Yeah, that's I can't even imagine what he has in mind for Twitter, bro. Just because I don't even want to. I don't want to speculate. Because I'm still waiting for the Tesla truck to drop. You know.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is he does have a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on, man. But I
really,
love his ideas and I love his mindset.
Yeah.
I love his, the direction of his mindset and where he's going and.
You think about Elon Musk as being the one guy, but he's got a team. Like he's got he's got multiple teams
for sure.
These different things
for sure
that support him, support the decisions that he makes and the things that he does.
Since Steve Jobs passed away, like he is like my new Steve Jobs at the end of the day. Like
I think Steve Jobs was probably about maybe not 1,000% better, but was definitely significantly better as a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
think that's probably Steve Jobs' number one great attribute is he's a great presenter and motivational speaker, whereas Elon Musk really kind of sucks at that.
Yeah. Well,
he's much better at the tweets.
Yeah.
The one-liners. He's
a better writer than the speaker.
He's a good one-liner guy. But again, Elon Musk is not a motivational speaker type of CEO.
Yeah.
He's not the let me get in my suit and tie and stand up in front of the board and I've got some charts back here and I'm going to tell you how much money we lost and make you feel good about it guy.
Yeah.
He's the
this
shit's broke. This is how we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Sorry, you're fired.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah. He's
that guy.
Frank. He's like
it's not motivational.
Honest.
It's not out to make you feel good. It's this is what's wrong. This is what we're going to do to fix it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. That's not to say that he's right all the time. That's not to say that his methods are great. Because, I mean, if you imagine working for somebody whose attitude is like that, it probably kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Unless you're like that too and willing to take on, some responsibility for making it work.
Man, bro, Elon is he's a very special character, I'll tell you that much. He's so special character. He's like the richest dude in the world.
I'm not sure that's quite true anymore, but
is it the guy from what's my guy
Bezos is probably back on top right now.
Yeah, bro.
Kind of hard to say.
Yeah, but he's one of them. He's in the top 5.
Partly because things are so volatile right now. Mm-hmm. It changes constantly, but the main thing is that apparently because people are afraid that he's going to use Tesla money to fund or repay the Twitter buyout. So Tesla stock dropped several.
Well, whoever's doing that is retarded,
$billion.
and I might buy some Tesla. I hope it keeps dropping.
Yeah, I would say if Tesla stock continues to go down, just wait for it to hit a theoretical minimum and buy some Tesla stock because it's going to go back up.
But I also think Tesla's dropping a little bit because competition, right? So did you see the
True.
The E-Ray from Corvette?
I haven't seen any pictures of it. I heard about it.
Yeah, there's a video out.
Yeah,
there's a video out on YouTube right now. I can send it to you.
I think that makes a lot of sense from an engineering perspective. I think that makes a heck of a lot more sense than an F-150.
And now that
electric.
It's so strange, it makes sense that he bought Twitter right when the E-Ray.
You think?
Was dropped.
That's the conspiracy.
Elon Musk is smart than a mug, man. Like I can't knock him, bro, because he can't compete with GM.
Why not? He already has.
But he can't.
Why not? He already has.
No, because GM wasn't in that space yet.
Right. So they're
but now that they are.
They're late getting there. They don't have access. They don't have his access to the battery technology.
They got plenty of funding.
He's already got the brains.
Yeah, but
all the big brains working for him.
So he's
got that cachet.
Like the lady said on the video, when we take over electronic vehicles, not if, but when. Right, because she's got a bank account that's longer. I mean, they go back to I don't know.
She was from Ford, right?
Yeah. No. She GM. Yeah,
She's
GM, bro.
Yeah.
Like so, they go back.
You can't remember her name either.
No, I don't remember her name. But hey, I tell you, like it's just like America compared to Saudi Arabia, like Middle East.
Yeah,
they go back, bro. They got gold. They got money from years. And like hundreds of years before America ever existed. You know what I mean?
I will say nothing against the very nice lady from the video that we watched. I wish we could remember her name because it was very good. Nothing against her or even GM. I have a GMC myself and I love it.
Yeah.
But to be, like you just have to remember. Neither Ford, GM, nor Dodge would even still be here without government bailouts.
For sure. But what I think about is
maybe they've got the pockets to pull this off and pivot. And I don't doubt that they'll still be around. But if Tesla was getting the benefits,
But
the
if-
political and legal benefits that
if-
GM and all them are getting,
but they're not.
hasn't
And why
needed
are
to.
they? Because old money.
Oh,
Old
yeah,
money
no
versus
doubt.
new money. Old money is going to stand the test of time. New money will last until it's out.
I mean, except for that they didn't until the government came in.
Yeah.
Which is to say, because when I say government, you must realize I mean we, the taxpayers,
Yeah.
bailed them out.
Yeah.
We didn't do it on purpose.
Why? Because
didn't
we
have
all
any say
drive
in it.
Chevys and Fords in America.
Yeah, but
And they're luxury cars overseas. You know? Like our Cadillacs are luxury in China.
true.
You know what I mean? So
Maybe in China.
and
Nobody in Europe wants one.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about Europe. I don't know about
Not
Russia.
really.
Yeah.
Corvette maybe, but because
They
it's a
got
sports car. But
they got Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
How much are Lamborghinis in Europe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're less than they are here
I was about to say.
because there's no import tax.
What if I bought one in Europe and shipped it here? Would it be cheaper?
Import tax.
Would it be cheaper?
Plus, you got to ship it.
How much? So it's cheaper to buy it here.
Well,
buy it there and ship it here?
probably,
You think?
Probably. Especially if you get it used. You can get a good deal on a used Lambo.
In Europe?
I mean, relatively good.
In Europe or here?
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the engine's probably blown on it. But
Yeah, you
still.
don't want that. A couple wrecks, little body.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a
body
whole
work.
other economics discussion. But
yeah.
I think that unless he does dumb stuff, which is you should never rule that out with
Yep.
Elon. But unless he does dumb stuff, I think that we will see some positive outcomes from the Twitter takeover.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the sense of everybody gets the perfect world of what tweets they want to see, as my mom puts it. But in terms of a more profitable Twitter with, some new innovations of some sort,
Yeah.
yes, I think we'll definitely see that.
Nice.
Hopefully less bots and less, rage and fury.
Yeah. Elon Musk. That dude there
character.
is gonna run for president in probably 4 or 5 years.
Can he run for president? He's not a. He was born in South Africa, right? Isn't he a South African by birth?
Does that mean he can't run for president?
Means he can't run for president. Have to be a
Contributor. That
born
dude can be.
in the USA.
That dude can be a donor.
I believe that's right.
Yeah.
I believe that's right.
He can be a
He could
donor.
be a donor though. He could be a big time donor.
So get on if you want to be president, man. Get on his team. 'Cause
Could
that
be
dude
what
there is gonna
what
be
in
making
every other
decisions.
country is called bribing. You could just
Mhm.
be a lobbyist.
Yep.
here.
Lobbying.
It's the same thing, just with fancier suits.
Jay, I had a fun time today, man. I had a good time. I had a real good time. This is
Had a good
awesome
time.
conversation, man. I was having just pour a little
A little final
enough
splash.
enough to toast.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Enough for a final toast.
Enough to
I have
toast,
enough
man.
For a final toast.
Hey, Mark. Hey, we'll see you next week, bro.
Yeah, man.
I know you just landed in Baltimore,
Good deal.
but hey, we had a fun time today, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it all. We had a great time. Take this
we
sip
did.
from that toast. But yeah, man, had a great time on Noonish, man. Thank y'all for joining us this week, man. We'll see y'all next week. We're gonna have some updates about what's to come for Sooner Nation and everything else going on in sports, man. But thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next Wednesday, sometime around Noonish.
All right.
Peace.